Hello, 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 everyone. On this very late start on this Saturday afternoon, we are back at it with last mission. We're going to have to start over though. So previously, I had the game set up to where it was on my Steam, and then I was already at stream time. I was ready to come in, um, and then it just didn't run like at all. FFX doesn't run either. Chan 2 doesn't run. Last mission doesn't run. I think ultimately I'm going to have to reinstall probably the entire game. I really hope that's not the case. I hope I can at least preserve my master's mod save file because let me tell you, y'all know how hard fought that was. Um, but in the meantime, we're here. We are in the tower. I am Blossom. I've been watching a lot of Star Wars recently, so I've got my R2D2 shirt. Um, and today we can just kind of talk a lot through the opening of the game because we saw it last time. Um, at least I think we can skip cutscenes. Yes, we can. So um, this time around, uh, I am participating for the second year in a row in the Curebound Cancer Challenge, used to be called Padres Pedal the Cause, where I bike for 25 miles while also raising money for cancer. And this is where all of you come in, my lovely viewers. So if you do exclamation point charity, you'll be given a whisper message where you can donate. I'm also going to put a pinned message in here. Then I'm just going to pin that. There we go. Okay. So, um, this is where we're actually raising money for cancer research. And so every single dollar raised goes towards cancer efforts in my area. Um, and the organization has been going for a long time now and has raised more than $40 million. Thanks to you and supporters like you. It's a cause I really believe in. I've lost family members to cancer. I'm sure that some of you have as well. And so uh, need I say, in the current political climate, donations are very appreciated for sure. Um, so we're gonna have to start Unisur from the beginning. We're doing this on the PS5. We're starting a new game, um, and so all the progress we made last time is unfortunately gone, which sucks because I had some really cool items that I was excited about. But we'll see how the tower goes this time around. At least my controls should work properly this time. Um, So something is always better than nothing in this case. I'm going to use my phone so that I have my guide out and I remember what everything does. Um, just a little bit frazzled because it took so long to get set up today, but I really appreciate everybody who comes in. Um, we're just going to do this for a while, maybe 20, 25 floors or so. The tower has 80 floors. We'll see how long I feel like streaming. I know I should have this open in another tab. Of course, I don't. Nothing is anywhere today. Let me just get that all set up. Oh, I want to go to the game facts page. An oldie but a goodie. All the advice in it is still pretty good. Um, Thought I had my link here. I'm so sorry, everyone. I guess this gives everyone time to filter in. Here we go. Here we go. Should be here. And then we'll want to go to this section. There we go. So right, I remember the alchemist doesn't really do a whole lot for us. But for now, it's better to have something than nothing in terms of additional stats. So we're going to be doing that. Um, I'll have to be very careful on these first few floors, not to just get completely murked. Um, that can happen in this game. I'm going to keep a close eye on my HP. Although, you know what? I actually might want to put the alchemist up front because of the gun. I'm going to do that. Y'all should remember kind of how this game works from last time. So I'm not going to go over too much about how the game works. Um, yep, now I can shoot up to 3 squares ahead, which is fantastic. Ether, sure. The good news, I guess, about doing this on my PS5 is that I have a much bigger screen to look at the game with. It's just this entire monitor now, because that's how I have my setup situated. I only didn't stream yesterday because I had a big event at work this week and I was tired. But I hope you all had wonderful weeks, or as wonderful as can be had. I'm sure I'll find a book soon to heal, or at least I hope so. It is nice having the range, but typically the gun mage is better for this because she has better auto ability. So whenever we find one, gamers, you know what we'll be doing. That'll work. So I will need Songstress. Gives me an important ability when I combine it with, I believe, Thief and I think I combine it with Thief and Psychic. So once we find a Psychic, that's going to be great. But the other thing that Songstress lets me do is this. I want to be Yuna. And I want to be specifically Yuna because when we acquire a trainer dress sphere, she has a great ability. But I wanted to start with Riku because that guarantees that I start with a thief. You always start with the girl's respective dress sphere, and thief is easily the best one for the early floors of the tower. And now we're just going to play with whatever the game gives us. Now that we've got 3 dress spheres on, we've got a little bit of power. And we are running low on HP, so I hope I find either a white mage dress sphere or one of those books, because let me tell you, I do not want to lose my gun. But if I'm going to lose anything, my gun is probably the best option. Hello, Alpha. Yes, I heard that you finished recently. This is technically a post story to 10-2 that we're playing right now, and so you're at right about the right place. I explained a lot about how the game works last time, but to give you a rundown, it's a bit of a mystery dungeon type of game. And you can equip multiple dress spheres at once, and whatever dress sphere you have on top determines what your special ability is, as well as the appearance that you take on. All of the layers combined give you more stats, and combining different dress spheres gives you different abilities, and it's a whole lot of fun. Um, I started this the last time I streamed, um, and then Steam completely crashed on me and refused to open any files I was supposed to start just about an hour ago. Um, and I could not recover Steam. I may end up having to reinstall the game, which will really suck. I may try to keep my save files separate and then reinstall them. Um, but we are here today for a cause greater than ourselves. Um, this is my second year participating in the Curebound Cancer Challenge, which is where I commit to fundraising for cancer research that happens right here in Southern California. And as a result of all of our hard efforts, I am myself committing, one, I donated in the form of my registration fee, and two, I'm committing to completing a 25-mile bike ride at the beginning of August. There she is. Um, and I will do this with hundreds of others. Sorry, I want trainer to be actually no, I want alchemist to be up front for now. There we go. We got some healing. We needed that. Um, and so I will be riding 25 miles on my bike in the beginning of August. That is my commitment. along with hundreds of others, each of whom raise at least $250, as you can see here on the bar to my left. If anyone is able to donate, the command is !charity. It'll take you to the link. I don't think I have notifications on just because I don't want to dox anybody. But I am really grateful for any support that I am able to receive. The one advantage of doing this is that when I did this on Steam, my buttons were backwards. So now at least my buttons are forwards because I'm doing this on the PS5. Um, I had to drag the PS5 out from where we had it to make this work. So a bit of a rough start today. But I'm hoping that isn't indicative of how our time together in this tower is going to go. Perfect. Okay. And now we're going to try to bait out the man himself. So if you have played 10-2, you will recognize the founder, aka Trema. I do have steel items. So now we're just going to dig around down here and lure him out. So every floor, except for every 10th floor, I believe, has a timer. And the timer it runs out based on how many moves you make on the floor. And eventually we're going to get a warning that there is like a presence approaching us. And when that comes, we are going to bolt for the elevator and we are going to, oops, I'm not immune to traps yet. And we are going to bait him into attacking us essentially. Um, oops. We're going to go get all our stuff back first. I believe I have reveal all traps on, which is helpful, and so I just need to like pay more attention. Yeah, I have detect all traps on, so I just need to be careful about where I move for the time being until I can get evade all traps and then equip it for the rest of the game and then never think about it again. So I've already got quite a few pretty good dress spheres, and I'm excited about that. Now I just need to find more copies of them so I can level them up. Nice. Nice. Might as well get some more experience while we're down here. Nice. Although, if Yuna has the trainer up front, she can do some pretty cool abilities. There we go. Here she goes. And my ability, if this is up front, is dig. And we can have Kogoro look for some items for us. Not yet. We want to use the ability. It only works so many times per floor. And what I'm really sad about losing my Steam file with is that we had really, really good stuff be dug up. Like really exceptionally rare stuff was dug up pretty early. And so I'm really upset about that. Get some more MP. We'll do a couple more digs, see if he can dig anything for us. So Yuna's HP is based off of whatever dress sphere is up front, whatever level it is, whatever dress sphere we have up front. Her MP, however, is based off of her level, so there is benefits to doing both. There are benefits to doing both. All right, Kogoro, you suck today. We're gonna put the alchemist back up front because of the gun. And we're gonna keep shooting enemies until we get that warning. Well, there we go. Yep. You will roughly want to be the same level as the floor you were on, generally speaking, or rather, you want to gain at least one level per floor. Most enemies at this point in the game cannot attack me until they are right in front of me. But with my gun, I can attack up to 3 squares in front of me, which is really cool. Like that. Yep. Not quite. There we go. So we're just going to do this until we get the warning that we are being pursued. Something. Yep. We're just going to watch that HUD on the bottom until we get a warning. I do miss having my, or not having my double speed like I did on Steam when we played this. My double speed was pretty nice. Gotcha. The first few floors are going to be a bit slow going, and it's so I can give myself a solid foundation for the rest of this game to be very easy. One of the ways I'm going to do that is by stealing from the founder, which is what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to run out the clock so that we can steal from the founder. Clock only runs when I move or attack, however. So I could just run in circles, but that's more boring. You know, I'd rather at least get some experience for my efforts, because then it means on later floors when I get tired, I won't necessarily have to kill as many enemies. Almost. Nope. Alright, wow, you really just. There we go. It always feels like it's never gonna happen. And then it does. This gives more people time to come in anyway. I was supposed. There we go. Eerie laughter rings out from afar. That's what I wanted. We're not gonna step on that trap. Okay. Now we're going to proceed towards the elevator room. That is where we want to be when we get that warning. Nice. Okay. The eerie laughter is coming closer. I'll bet it is. Okay. So now we're just gonna run out the clock. We're gonna start passing our turns, which is done by pressing the big boy middle button and circle. It was originally selected circle. An intense aura can be felt somewhere on this floor. Now, what that means is that anytime in the next few turns, we're gonna get an enemy that spawns basically right on top of us. And so I'm gonna pass turns slowly because sometimes he takes a minute to materialize. Um, Sometimes he comes like 2 seconds after you get this warning, and sometimes it takes him a little bit. But there he is. See how that red square just appeared in here? And now he's coming. Nope, that was just a regular enemy. I'll be damned. Well, that's what it's going to look like when he comes. We're just gonna keep an eye out for a little red dot where we are. I both like and dislike this game's map because I do like that you can see basically everything on the floor at the same time. Um, but I dislike how it takes up like a lot of the screen. It's just transparent enough that it doesn't bother me too much. But this game's basically impossible to play without the map, though. There he is, right there. Okay, so wait for him to get one square away from us. We're gonna use steal item on him. Hey, not bad. And then he's gonna turn us into a LeBlanc goon. But since I'm already on top, he's also going to respawn somewhere at some point. But because we're already on top of the elevator, we can just hightail it out of here. And that's what we will do. Sometimes he gives you really cool items. He'll give you sometimes level 4 dress spheres, which at this point in the game is pretty neat. This time he gave us invigorating tails, which is a great way for us to heal right now. Eventually, we will find a white mage dress sphere, I'm sure. We can heal that way. And eventually, we'll get a combination of dress spheres that will allow us to effectively regain MP all the time. So like I said, eventually this game is going to be very easy, but we kind of need to play with what the game gives us, and every run is going to be a little bit different. Dress shop guide, great. I just need any gill. I need a little more than that. Dress shop guide is great because you can buy whatever dresser you want. So, once we start getting some gill, I will be taking advantage of that. First, let's see what else this floor has for us. Not a very big floor this time. Sure. Could bait the founder, but this is such a tiny floor that I think I'm going to get claustrophobic, so I'm just going to go up. And yes, that little dot is us, and it's going to go up as we go up the tower, which is kind of neat. Wow, this had a lot of resources in it. Yeah, do not need that. This is also a pretty tiny floor. Well, no, not really. I see another room. And since this dot isn't moving, I'm betting it's a money rock. Woo! That's some gil, but still not nearly enough that we need, but it helps. There we go. Alright, let's try to get those items again. There was a lot of stuff in here. Like a dress sphere. Got mage. I like that more than my alchemist. Put that on. And then actually, let's put you on top. See your change. It has more HP. It has higher attack. I like it more. That's all there is to it. I don't really need that. The problem, not the problem, but one of the things we have to consider in this game is that we have extremely limited inventory space. That menu is all we're ever going to get. Oh, Dress Fusion Secrets is perfect. So once we get multiple copies of the same dress sphere, we will be using that. You know what? I actually want to use that ether I got earlier. Because I'm going to want to go digging. Let me get rid of these guys first. Now, because I have 5 dress spheres on, all of their stats are stacking. I have a little more power, but that's only going to get me so far before I need to start leveling up my dress spheres. That I can sell at the shop, which is great. So anytime that you have an ability, every turn or every enemy you kill while you have that ability combination on will give you 1 AP. You get enough AP, you produce an item with that same ability, which means that you don't have to have that dress sphere combination on anymore. This is huge for dress spheres that are kind of useless but produce great abilities, like the alchemist. Not the alchemist, like psychic. Psychic is actually kind of useless in this game. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And I do not want to lose my gun mage, so I'm going to heal on the next turn. Use basic healing for now. I don't need the big boys just yet. I wonder. This way? The other way. There we go. So I'm going to put the trainer up front for a second, and I'm going to do some digging. I wish that I could just do it with the trainer in the back, but unfortunately the trainer has to be up front for that ability to work. Because you need to have the dog out. The trainer is a surprisingly good dress sphere, and so if there are any that are available in the shop when we go, I will be getting one and leveling this up. Not that. Keep an eye on my MP. Okay, what'd you find? Perfect. Good boy. I'm going to use that in place of my alchemist, and I'm actually going to sell off my alchemist. Now, this is great because it means that we can basically heal whenever we want to. But we're going to need MP to do that. And in order to get the MP walking, I want to say we need Gun Mage. We need Dark Knight. That's right. We haven't found one of those yet. And we need, I think it's a 3. Gun Mage, Dark Knight, and Black Mage. So we don't have Dark Knight or Black Mage yet. So we still have to be careful with our MP, but it's nice to know that we have basically infinite heals at our disposal. So sometimes he digs up really nice stuff. Let's see if you can do it again. Nope, that'll be good for now. Okay, we're gonna put the Gun Mage back up front. There we go. See how the MP didn't change with my dress sphere? The MP is tied to Yuna, not the dress sphere. Unlike in the main game, where both stats are tied to the dress sphere that you have equipped. There we go. Oh, they're literally all spawning in that tiny room. Okay. Oops. Oh, come on. Hello, Han. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, it sure does. You know, Black Sky is not nearly as useful in this game. Um, Thanks for stopping in, Han. Um, we ended up having to restart the game because my Steam doesn't want to load this game literally at all. So we're at the bottom again. We're just chilling. Um, because this game's randomly generated, we're technically on a different file, and we don't have items nearly as good as what I dug up last time. But we're gonna make do with it. I'm good at this game. I want to at least gain another level, if not bait the founder. Come on. A lot of the abilities that are useful in the regular game do not end up being as nearly as useful here, which is a shame, really. There we are. Okay. I do not want my gun mage to die. I will need her. Ultimately, I think my 5 main dresses typically are gun mage, trainer, black mage, gun mage, trainer, black mage, dark knight, and then the 5th one kind of varies. Sometimes it's white mage, sometimes it's gunner. It really kind of depends on what I need. Sometimes it's berserker. Berserker gives you the ice proof ability. That is a very popular strategy alpha. In fact, my physical guide recommends that, especially for Angra Mainyu, who is a real bitch even if you're prepared. As a great strategy for a lot of boss fights, although my preferred setup for the super boss is actually triple mascot Trema. I considered returning to 10-2 for this stream series so that I could show you all triple mascot Trema, but a lot of the stuff to get 100% in chapter 5 is just going to come down to a lot of grinding, and I'm not sure how good of content that makes for stream. I also was like, oh, that file's on my PS5 and streaming on Steam is so much easier. It is when the game wants to open. So I'll have to figure out. Ultimately, I think I'm just gonna uninstall the entire game, including the mods, and then just like redo it. Um, but I do want to see if I can at least save my save files so that I don't have to start the master's mod all over again, because that would really suck. To be honest, I would do a lot of cheating off screen. Um, that is not 80% is actually pretty good. For a first time. How do I do this again? I don't remember how to do this. Um, I want to. There we go. I don't want to be in this view anymore. I want to go back. There we go. Still kind of a newbie with things like that. It's just me today. I don't have my mod. She's at work. I did it. Um, yep, thank you. I did figure that out. Um, yeah, 80% is actually really good for a first time run on the main game. One of the easier ways to get more percentage without technically doing everything is to just give the sphere to the other people. In chapter 2. Um, so like if you gave it to the youth league, which fun fact you actually have to do to get 100% in a single file. If you gave it to the youth league last time, you can give it to New Yevon your second time around, and that by nature will give you a few more percentage points because some cutscenes will be different. Um, you probably got enough for the good, but not the perfect ending, which I think a lot of people get on their first time if they're like actually trying to play the game and experience it for all it's worth. If you're ever interested, I do have like a checklist guide that I have adapted from my I've adapted from my paper book that I have. Um, which is if you want to get 100% in one go, this is what you do. And some of the stuff you might have thought of, and some of the stuff is very, very finicky, famously so. Um, that's what I've been using on the stream file. I was like, oh, it's time for me to raise money for this again. Why don't I just go back to last mission? Um, oh yeah, you do in fact have to get the whistle in the last cutscene and have the faith talk to you to get the good ending. Um, I kind of like the normal ending. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like all of it, right? I think the perfect ending is also fun. Um, but I do like that, Yuna just kind of accepting that this is how her life is now and he's never going to come back and it's actually okay because she's grown as a person. I do like that quite a bit. Um, I'm not going to get into a debate about which ending is better. I think that's often a toxic debate on the internet. Um, but that's my 2 cents. Okay, I need to like get on the elevator and fast. Yep. 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 Okay. I am in position. YRP in position. I am not moving from this spot. He can come attack me if he wants. There we go. He's not gonna get far, but he can try. There he is. Come and get me, old man. Oh, really? Huh. No, I am too. I think narratively, perhaps the normal ending is stronger, but this is a world where magic exists, and I'm okay with that. I really am. I like that Yuna was able to carry her own game, and bringing him back can't occur until the end anyway. I think that if it was canon that he got brought back like halfway through the game, I think I'd hate that. But I like that I like that Yuna's able to carry her own story. I like the addition of pain to the cast. Fun fact: they actually wanted to make Lulu the third person. They wanted to just make it a girls' game. Um, but they felt that her temperament was far too serious for like the lighter tone that they were going for, and that she would clash with the much more upbeat Yuna and Riku. So they created Pain, who is basically a lot like Lulu, but has a more playful side to her at times. And I really like Pain. Nice! That's what I wanted. All right. That's a great one. I will take that. We are going to go up and we're going to put on our new dress sphere. Oh, shit. Well, let's get rid of these guys first. Probably instead of White Mage, at least for now. Because Ice Proof is huge. And the physical attack boost is also huge. And it's a tough one. Um, we've been replaying the Jedi Survivor game ourselves. It's a good one. Something I might play on stream one day. I don't know. I don't know if I'm brave enough to stream a Star Wars game. I'm relatively new to Star Wars as a fandom, and I know that fans of that game can be a little, what's the word? It's a nice way to say insufferable. I just have fun with Star Wars, and I'm not convinced that a lot of fans do have fun with it, based on how they talk about it. But I am of the opinion that I adore the women of the series, but the series never, ever, ever gives them anything interesting to do for more than 2 seconds. Um, I've never actually played 12. I've played 13, and I love it. Um, Definitely thought about streaming 13 and or 13.2 on this channel, but I know Greeny's been doing that recently, so I might let the dust settle on that one first. I don't think the third game is necessarily worth playing, but I definitely think the first two are. I've never played the third game myself, but I know what happens in it. We are actually going to go to the shop because I have lots of stuff to sell, and that should give me enough gil to buy at least one dress sphere. This is taking me to the dress shop. Now, sometimes when you go up floors, you'll just randomly go to the shop. Um, but if you get the dress shop guide, you can go to the dress shop specifically where all it does is sell dress spheres. So, we're going to sell off all of the accessories that we've been generating with all of our AP. There we go, there we go. Tons and tons of money. All right. Now, I'm definitely going to want a black mage. Just generally. Um, since I have a fusion guide, berserker or trainer, what do I want to fuse? It's a tough decision. Um, Definitely trainer, like for sure. Um, there's all kinds of concept art on the walls. I really appreciate this. There's that picture of Pain like 3 different times. Um, hmm. So I don't really need my thief to be high level. I just need my thief to be there. Um, Although if I'm wearing it a lot of the time. I do have enough money to get both. So I think I'm just gonna get both. This was a really good. Now the only catch for this is that I'm gonna have to do floor 4 from the beginning again, but that's actually fine. Um, it does not kick me up to level 5. It puts you back on the level you were on and you start over. But obviously, because it's randomly generated, it's gonna look different. It was a very fruitful trip. Okay. So, our dress fusion secrets. And it never lets you fuse a dress that you have on for literally no reason. I think it just does that to be annoying. But dress fusion secrets read now if we fuse two dress spheres of the same type, we will get a higher level dress sphere. There are items later in the game that let you just copy anything that you own. Um, and so later, for example, once you get up to level 50 with one of your dress spheres, if you then copy it and then fuse it, you now have a level 99 version of that dress sphere. We now have a level 2 version of that dress sphere that we can wear. And my stats are going to start to creep up over time. I'm going to hang on to those extra dress spheres as long as I can. In a couple of floors, especially since I'm ice proof, this is great. In a couple of floors, we're going to get flans, and flans you can steal dress fusion guides from. And so that's pretty cool. I did not see a Dark Knight in the shop or I would have gotten it. We'll get one eventually. I could theoretically open the shop again and try to go, but I don't really want to right now because of inventory space. I want to be able to fuse some of the dress spheres that I got first. I'm going to hang on to that. That's a good item. Let's keep going. Oops. Could have shot you earlier. Oh well. There. Gives me a use for this anyway. The gestures I have on in the background, they're also giving me stat boost. It's a little bit less. Obviously, the most stat boost is going to. Oh, there we go. Perfect. The most stat boost is going to come from your primary dress sphere. Secondary ones also give you stat boosts. There you are. Gotcha. Notice how I'm doing a lot more damage now. Keep that as selling stuff because we still have room for it. For the time being, the next target is going to be my Berserker dress sphere. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to fuse my two Berserkers together. So a level 4 and a level 1 is going to produce a level 5 Berserker. I'm going to put that back on. And then I'm going to sort things out. And we're going to hit this money rock a few times. The more damage you do to the money rock, the more money you get. There we go. But then it also takes fewer hits to destroy it, so it's a real double-edged sword. I do need that, thank you. I'd really like the psychic so that I can auto-evade all traps and don't have to be nearly as careful about where I step. We haven't found one yet. So yeah, there are two ways to get auto abilities in this game. You either have particular dress sphere combinations equipped, which is what we're doing for now, or you are wearing an accessory, and you can wear up to 2, just like in the regular game. And the accessories have been produced, like you've seen. They're produced by us having the auto ability on in terms of dress sphere combination, and then killing a certain amount of enemy was with that. Ooh, the dressmaker. Okay, the dressmaker. This allows us to make any dress sphere we want. So we're gonna make Dark Knight. Next time I'll make Psychic, and then I'll have most of my main ones. Okay. For now, I'm gonna put it on in place of not that. Hmm. Not in place of anything right now, but I'm glad we have it. I'm going to need / want iceproof in the coming floors. Um, and now that I have some MP again, I'm going to do a little bit of digging. Black Mage will also come in handy once you start getting Cactuars because it doesn't even have to be up front, and I can do like Firaga and kill them in one hit with my Black Mage. So there she is. All right, that's an ability we want. Okay, so we're gonna start working on this ability until we get to the floor with all of the flans. We'll just make sure to put Thief back on when we're actively trying to uh, bait. It's Psychic and MP heal over time. It's not Psychic. I'm trying to get Evade all traps. What is it again? I think I have what I need. Psychic and Thief. Oh, I do need Thief on. And is it Songstress? It is actually. Dark Knight is useful for MP restore over time. That's what I want. Oh, look at that. I still have Iceproof. Okay, evade traps. So once we hit 75 MP, we're gonna get an accessory that makes us evade every single trap for the rest of the game, and then I'm gonna get rid of the Psychic Dress Sphere because I don't need it for anything else. This will be what we do. Okay, there we go. So now every single enemy we kill is getting us closer to that goal. And I'm gonna try to bait. I'm gonna try to bait the Founder. This floor is a really nice structure for it. There we go. How did I miss? Come on. Just 3 feet in front of you, Yuna. There you go. Yeah. Okay. We're doing a lot of groundwork on these floors. Eventually, we're going to start flying through this castle. Or tower, rather. Come on. The gun mage is supposed to have very high accuracy, so I get really upset when she misses. You're more annoying. Can y'all respawn on this room on the right? I would really appreciate that. No? Okay. Might as well get some more XP. Actually, quite a few levels ahead right now, which gives us some more wiggle room for later. Are you serious? There we are. Mm-hmm. Nice. Probably ice proof. Does nullify ice damage, although I'll just probably do that with the Berserker Dresspear anyway, because it gives me such a stat boost. See, now we can heal whenever we want to by doing this. We put the white mage in our deck, and then we can just heal. Easy as pie. Let me just take the white mage out. Whenever you bait the founder, you also want to make sure that you have thief on you. I have done it before where I've gotten the founder to my door and I do not have thief, and then that consumes a turn, and it is what it is sometimes. Fuck. There we are. Okay, nice. Eerie laughter. Okay, that's what we want. So let's go towards the elevator. Laughter's coming closer. I'm glad that trap didn't go off. I should have been paying more attention. Oh no, wait, I have evade all traps on. Yeah, so what evade all traps does is it literally doesn't matter if I step on a trap. It's never going to go off, which is fantastic. Especially in later floors where we get some tighter floor plans. It's going to be really helpful. Ha! Right there. Sometimes he spawns right next to you when you get that third message, which is why you want to be on the elevator. There you go. Valkyrie Nails is pretty big for us to get this early. All right. Let's go up, and I'll show y'all what it does. Well, first, also if you hear a tapping in the background, they've been doing construction on one of the units near us. It's not nearly as bad as it was in the old place, but it is annoying. At least they don't do it at night. Valkyrie Nails give you a much higher chance of critical hits. So this early in the game, it's huge. Now, every fifth floor is a little bit different because the elevator is going to be locked and we're going to have to do some... All right, next time I said we were going to make Psychic, but we have that. So I'm actually going to make Gunner. Because we will need that for its auto abilities in a little bit. And now, as y'all can see, I am in fact starting to run out of inventory space. I think I'm going to put down this Dress Shop Guide 1 because I have a Dress Shop Guide 2. You have to start making decisions like that as you move up. What items are truly valuable? What can you leave behind? And on a good file, Dress Spheres will take up about half of your inventory space because you will need different you'll need different ones for different things. I'm hanging on to those save memos for a reason because I'll also need them later. And so you have to start being pretty judicious about what you leave behind and what you take with you. Every fifth floor is a little bit special because of this. Oh no, there's a bar on here. It means I can't use it. Now the game really doesn't tell you what these bars are. You kind of have to rely on guides, which is really annoying. The good news is I have one. um, Let me see. Kill 3 enemies, then perform any action except moving. You got it. There you go. I just passed my turn. There you go. Sometimes. Oof. Gunner makes you fireproof, yeah? Combined with what? Is it samurai? Because I don't have one of those yet. It is not, but I will need. Samurai will be the last one that I'll truly need. It's Gunner, White Mage. That might be it. To make me fireproof, because these guys are exceptionally annoying with their fire breath, and I do not want to lose my gun mage. So, oh, evade traps is so low. See, these are the decisions you have to make later on. Um, Zarka level 5 is giving us so much power. See, I've got fireproof on. I think the only way for me to have both is to just give up the gun mage as my primary dress sphere. I don't really want to do that though. I guess I can make gunner the primary. Then I still have my range. I'm just not nearly as strong. We're gonna do this. We're gonna use it to heal our gun mage for when I put her back on later. And now we're immune to fire, so whenever those guys approach us, they can't do shit to us, at least from a distance. They can do shit to us up close, though, so we're not completely invincible. We do have to be careful. We do still have our range, which is great. But Gunner does not have very much HP, so we have to be careful. I don't believe that the founder ever spawns on the fifth floors, so we're just gonna leave. You can save and use normally every 5 floors. New save data. Wait, whose profile am I on? Mine? That's right. That's right, never mind. Ether. Nice. Use that. I would love to go to the shop, but I either need to get a shop guide or just be randomly teleported to a shop at the end of one of the floors. Do I have more MP? Yes, I can, so I'm going to do that again. Be very, very careful. I'm just going to go ahead and use my book because I basically have infinite healing at my disposal anyway. I really do not want to lose my gunner. My gunner is what's giving me fireproof. The next and last dress sphere I will need to create is Samurai, because that will give me Doom proof. And Doom is exceptionally annoying in this game. The Drakes are only going to appear until floor 8, and then I can take the gunner off. So, I'll need her again, though. I'm going to hang on to her. But and my triple chance of critical hits is already paying off. Ah, yep. Yeah, the problem with being a level 1 gunner is I have basically no HP. And if the gunner HP runs out, I lose the gunner. Here we go. I'm going to make my samurai. And that's the last one I'll truly need, I think. Now you'll notice my inventory is full, which is exceptionally annoying. I'm going to put this down. This one's probably worth less because you need at least one inventory spot to be able to pick up items. Good news is, Flame Breath can't do shit to me if you decide to use it. Regular attacks can still hit me, but nice. Yep, see, watch. Nothing. Yep. In fact, do I have the trainer on? No, I don't. Then I'm not going to mess with my balance right now. Nah, I should probably get some more experience. Nothing. That was close. Nothing. Also, these serve as like walls, so if I had gone behind that, he also wouldn't have been able to hit me. But what that also means, I can't go in that room until he moves. Eventually, I'll generate a fireproof accessory, which I will wear for the time being, so that I can have my gun mage and berserker back. In the future, I'll be powerful enough that whenever I want the ability, I can just wear the dress spears and I won't suffer too much for it. There we go. Nothing. Yes, eventually they'll run out of MP to do that attack, but being completely immune to it is far easier. We're also working towards evade all traps. So then I'll have a lot more freedom with what I can wear. Just like I do in real life. I have quite a lot of freedom with what I can wear in most situations. You see the range on that? You see why I wanted to be fireproof. Missed again, I was going to be screwed. Getting close. Okay. Nothing. Feels like it's been ages since I've gained. Wrong one. Feels like it's been ages since I've gained a level. Eh, soon enough. More importantly, I want the founder to appear. Okay, how much closer did that get me? Why did that not get me literally any experience? Huh? Gil for XP. Have I not been getting any experience this entire goddamn time? Okay, well, I kill one more enemy, I get fireproof, and then I can alter my setup to where that doesn't freaking happen. Mm. Die. Okay. Extinguisher hood. I'm gonna wear that for the time being. Um, nullifies fire damage. I'll get rid of it eventually, but I need to get out of this dress. Oh, all right, that wasn't fun. No, that's one of the ones I need. I think I need these three for now. Um, there we go. Yes, please. Okay. Let's get some experience and get out of here, everyone. Does that sound good to you? I think that sounds good to me. Leave. Damn. I said leave. Get out. Look how we've got our power back because we're back with the Berserker. Okay, okay. Alright, okay, yep, we're doing okay. Alright. We're getting some experience again. Oh. And we got fireproof like we wanted, but at what freaking cost? Temporarily, I'm going to put White Mage on so that I can heal. And I'm going to put it right back. Eventually, we're going to have, Gun Mage level a little bit higher so that we have more, so that we have more HP. But not right now. It's not going to happen right now. We've almost got evade traps. At least it didn't take away our ability to get AP. So we've almost got evade traps. I'm gonna put on evade traps and Valkyrie nails as my two accessories and get rid of the extinguisher hood once I get it. Because then I don't have to wear like psychic once I have that ability. And I'll have a lot more freedom. Let's level up and get out of here. What do you say? Although, we've been here long enough, we might as well bait the founder. Are we getting close? Well, that too, but we're getting close enough. A few more enemies. That's why I'm also glad we have that experience buffer of the previous floors, because I was not aware we just were not getting experience that entire time. We were getting Gil instead, and I did not pay attention. I'm not going to pick up that one. We don't need it. See, even if we step on traps, does not matter. The game's difficulty is cut in half once you get that ability. Eerie laughter. Right on cue. Come on. There we go. Can somebody please respawn over here? No? No, go fuck yourself? Oh, might as well heal while we're here. And put beef back on. We have everything that we're going to need in the foreseeable future. Now it's just a matter of making them stronger. That's the hard part with this game. Because there's only going to be so many fusion guides, but like I said, in a few floors, there will be the opportunity for us to steal a bunch of them. I do miss having our double speed. That was really nice. I guess I'll just do this game on the PS5 from now on so that we have the same consistent file, unless I can make it work for next time. I just don't like streaming on the PS5 because I have to unplug it from our TV and bring it all the way over here and set up the capture card, and it's so annoying. I suppose the picture is much higher quality, and it's bigger on my end because I just use my second monitor as my game monitor. Shout out to Guarini for helping me figure all that out. Okay, he's in here. We've got him. He's baited. Do we have steel? Yes, we do. What have you got, old man? For selling. Every 10 floors, we're going to get a cutscene, but I'm actually going to skip this one because last time we did see it. It's the most useless item ever. Tell you what, let's go sell things. Well, first, let's use this. And then we're going to sell things. How's that sound? We need the inventory space. And who knows? It might have dress spheres that we want to level up. And once we get the guides, we'll be in business. Okay, not psychic. I'm not going to need that. Gun mage, yes. I will want that. Festivalist is pretty useless. Psychic is pretty useless. Gunner will eventually just use for its fireproof ability later on. Um, keep the extinguisher hood for now. It's not worth all that much. Um, we will sell our heating pad, and we will sell our ace gloves. Got 2 gun mage level 1s. Yeah, we'll do that for now. And the dressers that he sells are, of course, randomly generated every time. I don't think he'll ever sell anything higher than 2. so it's not really a super valid strategy for upping your things. You're eventually going to want the copy techniques. Um, let's see what's here. Money Rock. Oh, Hiding up is less than useless. It sends an item to the vault, and the only way to access the vault is to die and get kicked to the bottom floor of the tower. So we're not doing that. We're not going to die, basically. And sometimes there are items under these rocks, so let's take a look. It's just an ether. I suppose that helps for now. All right, let's keep moving. There it is, the shop guide. Okay. Hmm. If I missed again, I would have been fucked. We're gonna do this so we can heal. Yes, technically I have another good mage level 1, but I want to use that for fusion purposes. So let's go up a level and loot this floor for all that it has, and then use the shop guide. How about that? Because the shop guide will, more likely than not, have at least one fusion guide for sale. It's gonna be immense. Hello, Allie. Welcome, welcome. This is the first in my series of Curebound Cancer Challenge charity streams. I ended up having to restart this game because Steam doesn't load for me anymore. It failed to launch the game. I think I'm going to ultimately have to reinstall it. So we are on my trusty PS5 right next to me. Um, and I am streaming. Yeah, it is weird. I could not figure that out for like an hour, and so I eventually just pulled the, I didn't put on all my makeup for nothing, so I eventually just pulled all this over. Um, but this is my second year that I'm participating in my big 25-mile bike race, um, in which I raise money for cancer charities right here in my area. The event has been running for a lot of years. It's already raised over $40 million. And I'll be doing these streams for the next little while until I hit my goal. Um, I will be doing the race in August, and so I have through the end of August to raise the required money that I have committed to raising. Um, so I was gonna go to the shop. That's right. Um, yes, I was going to do that. I think what I'm ultimately going to have to do is just completely uninstall the game and then reinstall it. But I am going to try to pull out my save files and then remember the file path as to where they are stored, and then I can just put them back in the game. Um, that's ultimately my plan. There hasn't been any audio this entire time? Are you serious? It's just been me talking into the void for like an hour? Hmm. It's picking up on my end. That's so odd. Um, let me work with that. Oh, duh. L now. There it is. Can you hear it now? I hope so. Because I don't know how else to fix it. But I will give it a shot if I have to. Um, or rather, let's try this. There we go. But then... Gotta lower it. Yeah, there it is. That did it. For some reason, it was on like 15%. Um, and I don't want it to be louder than me, so let's try that. Are those decent levels? Wow, this is gonna be a weird VOD. um, let's see. Let's lower it a bit on my end so that I can raise it on yours, so that it's not like screaming at me. There, that should be better. It should be a better balance. Sometimes it sounds fine on the live broadcast, and then I do it on the VOD, and you can't hear it at all. I had no idea that y'all couldn't hear nothing because I saw the levels on my end, and I was like, oh, there it is. Y'all can hear that, right? Because I can. It'll be a weird VOD. It's going to be extremely quiet game audio is what's going to happen, because for some reason it was on 15%. Anyway, I haven't streamed on my PS5 in a while, so that's why the audio settings were all messed up. I was just glad I got the game to appear. Anyway, we bought a fusion guide, so let's use it. Take this off. I'm just gonna make me go songstress mode. Yep. And then... Nope. Items. Yep. There we go. Back to normal. So now we have more HP, which is fantastic. I think it is worth it because we have another... Nope, we have another fusion guide, and we're just going to use it. I'm gonna get rid of you for now, because I have to take my dress spheres off to fuse them, which is so annoying. No, I'm gonna use the guide first. This will clear up room in our inventory for sure. There we go, now we got a level 3 fief. Perfect. Okay. There we are. We've almost got evade traps. We have to beat literally one more enemy, and then we can say goodbye to the psychic dress sphere forever. Because we don't need it for anything else. We just need it to create this accessory. I will probably replace it with the gunner so that we still have our fireproof for the next couple of floors. Ooh! Are y'all ready for this? This is a wonderful item. Here we go. Look at that, we just gained 3 levels right away. Berserker 1, perfect, I'll hang on to that for later. Okay, here we go. Hello, Fruitoon, welcome in! Stealth Cape has been created. Stealth Cape, my beloved. I need you. Let's see, I'm gonna put you on in place of the extinguisher hood. I'm just putting you down, and then we're gonna put on Stealth Cape. I will never ask for anything again. I'm going to put down my psychic dress sphere. Do not need it anymore. I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna replace it with something else. I do not need it anymore. Maybe? Trying to remember how I get MP heal over time. Not you. Not you. Yes. Okay. I think this is what I want. I think I do need songstress for it. I don't, actually. I need songstress for ice proof, but I don't need ice proof yet. Let's see. What do I want instead? I don't really have any other options. I'm just gonna put the thief back on. I think. MP heal over time is fabulous. It's a great ability to have. Let's see. Yeah, that's just the heating pad. I don't need that except for money, and I'm starting to run out of room in my inventory. I'm gonna put down Psychic. I do not need it. Now that I have used it for the only thing it is good for, which is making the stealth cape. A stealth cape means it doesn't matter what dress fear combination I have on, no trap will ever hurt me. This is fantastic to have at this point in the game. Thief 2. Do I have room to hang on to that? I think so, at least for now. I need to find more fusion guides is what I really need. Alright, Rock. Take this. At least until I get up the tower, I'll probably use my PS5 to stream. Just so we can keep doing this file. We don't have to start over again. But I really want to be able to restore my Masters mod for once I am done fundraising. I really want that to work. Please be a fusion guide. You're not. And I'm not fireproof anymore. Fuck! He's gonna do it again, so I better make myself fireproof. That was White Mage and Gunner, I think. Yep. There's a tiny room. Nice. Nice. I don't really need to worry about gaining levels, I just want to see what is on this floor. You know, the dressmaker is cool, but I'm so running out of space. Well, I don't need you. Put you down. Let's see what's here. Ugh, useless. Useless. Another trainer, maybe? I could do that. Trainer is ultimately going to be my bedrock, and so anytime that I can get more trainer, I'm going to. I just need the fusion guides to make it happen. Okay. You know what? Let's just leave. Let's go up. I have some water. I haven't had any this entire time, I don't think. Gamers have been really bad about drinking water lately, don't be me. Don't need you. Fucking useless. What I need are some fusion guides. That'd be fantastic. Do I still have my shop guide? I do. Let's get some. Let's get some fusion guides. What do y'all say? Only one? Well, it is better than nothing. Do I have anything I could sell? Not really. Not really. That's right. And she means that too. Finally got a little bit of sun. It's been cloudy all day, and now the sun finally peeked out. Okay, we are going to use that fusion guide. Probably on the trainer, actually. So... And then we're going to put the trainer on in place of the thief. And we're only going to rotate the thief out when we want to steal. Because the trainer's stat boosts are better than the thief's, at least in terms of what we want. I want to be fireproof at least for right now, and then I'm going to change that to MP restore over time. This is the last floor that the drakes can appear on. That just gives me haste, which I mean is fine, but like, not really a great use of an inventory spot. It means I can do 2 actions per turn, but since I want to time it out and get the founder to come here anyway, that's kind of the opposite of what we want. Finding that evolutionary water made it so that we didn't have to defeat as many enemies, which is great. I'm still gonna explore every floor and see what's there. You didn't attack me when you could have. That was very nice of you. Die. We already have one. I don't need a second. Yeah, it's pretty dramatic, huh? Alright, you know what? We're gonna see if our good boy Kogoro can dig up some stuff for us. He did last time when we were streaming.
Here, boy, good boy.
So let's see. Let's see what you got. Is it a level up? No, it's a level down. Bad dog. Let's try again. Only do this a few more times. Here, boy, good boy. What'd you find? I don't really need that. I know you're trying, buddy, but can you try... I had forgotten about here, boy, good boy. I think about that every day of my life. You found a dress sphere? Good dog. Useless. Never mind. Okay. You can only really dig up like 3 or 4 things per floor. So I'm gonna switch back.
Magic bullets, your move.
Sometimes he digs up more of those evolutionary waters, so you could level up that way. Sometimes he digs up dress spheres that you want. Damn. I missed. Nope, I missed. I guess the elevator must be the other way. This rock might have an item underneath it. Let's find out. First, one of my dress spheres needs healing. Which one? This one. See, I have 6 health bars up top, and it's the order of... That's the order of dress spheres that I have on, and so if I ever get to 0, I lose the dress sphere. Ideally, we are never going to get to 0. let's go up. Well, first. And now we're not going to need fireproof anymore because the drakes are going to stop spawning. So we're going to replace Gunner with something else. Although, see? I told you, sometimes we get to go to the shop for free. Got anything I can sell? Not really. Sometimes randomly between floors, you will in fact be teleported to the shop, but the only way to go to the dress shop is for you to activate it, like we've been doing. So you can, if you get a shop guide, you can just activate the shop whenever you want to. But sometimes in between floors, it will teleport you to the shop. Let's fuse our berserkers together, actually. So let's take it off, which is annoying. And then we have to use the fusion guide on it. There we go. Now we have Berserker 6, which is going to be in the background, giving us lots of stat boosts. And since we don't need Gunner anymore, and we don't really need White Mage anymore, there we go. Now we're cooking. We're going to find ourselves a frog! I say that literally all the time. Ever since I made my video essay. I am going to keep, obviously, the combination that I need for Iceproof, which I believe is Berserker and Songstress. I'm not sure if the Flans are going to start spawning yet, but in a few floors they will. We're going to steal all the fusion guides off of them that we can. See how I'm restoring MP just by walking around? That's what I want. In a second, we'll put the trainer up front so that we can do a little bit... Oh! Lucky us! We are going to fuse our thief together. Make some more room in our inventory and also just make our thief stronger for when we need it. But in the future, I am probably going to keep using my my fusion guides on the trainer and the black mage. The trainer will make my physical attack go higher, and the black mage will make my magic stat go higher, which I will need on future floors when we start encountering cactuars. Let's see what all this is. Lucky us! Okay! No, I don't need you, but that's fine. Put you in the corner, actually. Okay, I don't have copy techniques like I did on my Steam file, which sucks. But we're starting to make some headway. Hello, Money Rock. There we go. That'll do for now, as long as I have the inventory space. That'll do. Okay, let's keep going. See if there's any more treasures to be discovered back here, and sometimes it is dead ends, so we'll see. This is a great room for digging, so let's do that. So we're going to put the trainer up front so that we can do some digging.
Here, boy, good boy.
Here, boy, good boy. Keep going, buddy. You're going to dig me up something. I hope it's another level up potion. That'd be cool. Let's see what this is. It's a gunner. You know, that might come in handy, actually, for later when we will need it for fireproof. So, I'm gonna do that. One here, and one here. Easy enough. The surprise tool that'll help us later. Let's see. Oh, right, I was digging. That's what I was doing. Um, let's dig a little bit more. I want you to find copy techniques. That's what I really want, but it's super rare. And we got really lucky on our Steam file. We really did. I'm so sad that we temporarily lost that file. But if I wanted to stream today at all, this was the way to do it. Oops. Well, die. Alright, keep digging, buddy. I'll probably go until around 5 and then call it good. About another half hour of climbing up this tower. Alright, you're not gonna find anything, buddy. You tried, I guess. There we go.
Magic bullets, your move.
So now my top priority is going to be to make either my Black Mage or my Trainer much higher level. Oops. I walked right into that one. There we go. And I'm getting close to another level. Ultimately, you only want one copy of each Dress Sphere that you need. Obviously, because then it starts taking up your inventory space. Did I heal the wrong one? Did I heal the wrong one? I might have. Let's try again. There we go. Oh, and I'm thunderproof, which is nice. I forgot what combination makes me thunderproof, but I am. So, we don't have to worry about that. Boom. That didn't do it? Come on. Everything spawned in this tiny room. Why does this game do this to me? Move. There you are. Die. And die. Alright, now I'm leaving. Physical attack went up by 2. So any of the stat boosts we get at level up go to Yuna and not to any of the Dress Spheres. And so Yuna has stats that are underneath every single Dress Sphere that we have on, and so obviously it's to your advantage to both level up the Dress Spheres, obviously, because it makes them stronger, and the stat difference is going to be a little more dramatic. And also, level up your character. Alright, let's go up. Took us to the shop again. Got any fusion guides? You sure do. Got a double. Alright. Okay, unlocking the floor 10 elevator. Kill 10 enemies and then perform any action except moving. It's a bit tricky. We're actually not going to watch the cutscene because we watched it last time. So... Oh yeah, the little magic urn guy? No, we haven't. Oh, look at us, the third one. He is in fact pretty creepy. I never really liked the magic pots. They're the only thing we see in the game that's like it. Let's go buy some Dress Spheres. Why don't we do that? Because we're running in low on inventory space. Can you please have a Black Mage or a Trainer for sale? That would be fantastic. I will take Gun Mage, actually. What do you mean? Silly me. I don't have anything that I'm willing to sell. I did not look before I leaped on that one. Sure, but that's still not gonna give me enough. Ooh, but I really want that gun mage. It's gonna be so useful. I will probably encounter another. And if I don't, we'll get there when we get there. See, I was so used to having infinite money that I forgot about the possibility that I would not have infinite money forever. And I still don't have enough gil. Elixir is good to have on hand for emergencies, but being more powerful in the short term is more important right now. It is. Okay. I'm gonna start hanging on to accessories so that I can sell them. We're just gonna create accessories passively anyway as we kill enemies. This is good for us because it's gonna double our gun mage's power. And she's gonna have a lot more HP, which means I'm not gonna be in danger nearly as often. But like before, we have to take it off to level it up.
Here we go.
And then we're gonna get a gun mage level 4. And we're gonna equip it. Back on top. There we go. It just got a lot stronger.
Your move.
Got a lot more HP up front. Gonna sort our stuff and be on our way. Alright, let's see. Nope, that makes me lose levels, I'm pretty sure. Or, no, that just gives me slow. Put down. Again? Wow. Okay. All right. We're gonna have to kill a lot of enemies before that opens. I am hanging on to that so we can sell it next time. You just appeared and then got to attack immediately. That was not fair. Another fusion guide. Okay. Now we just need the Dress Spheres 2 fuse. Inventory is going to get a little bit tricky in these next few floors because we're going to be stealing a bunch of fusion guides. And we're going to need the Dress Spheres 2 fuse, etc., etc. It'll be worth it, I think. But we're going to see what's down here. So we hit this rock a lot of times. Another money rock. We could have used you earlier. There we go. Wow, nothing in this room. Well, you know what that means. It's digging time.
Here, boy. Good boy.
The founder actually never spawns on the 10th floors, so I'm not going to wait for him. But I will do some digging. Let's see what we can't find. Okay, is it a level up potion? No, it's a level down potion. Come on. Come on, man. You know I don't want that. You know I don't want that, buddy. That's not what I'm looking for. You're not gonna find anything, huh? You are not liking me today.
Magic bullets, your move.
Let's see. Perfect. Put the black mage back on. Well, I guess we gotta go back to the tiny room if we want to kill enemies and get out of here. I'm genuinely surprised there was just nothing in that room. There we go. Oops, I missed. There we go. Let's get out of here. It's gonna play a cutscene, but like I said, we're going to skip it. We saw it last time. It's just the girls catching up. Riku's gonna tell us what she's been doing, which is way too many things. And this will give us up to 5 items based on how much space we have in our inventory. Sometimes they're good, most of the time they're really bad. Sure? Uh-huh. No. The Samurai's fine, because we have some fusion guides to use with it. I think I'll get up to floor 15, maybe. Which I think is about where we got last time, unfortunately, so the stream is a bit of a repeat. But, I was hoping to get to higher floors today. But I could not have foreseen the very weird technical problems I was going to have today. Uh, I'm more concerned with my master's mod file than anything. I need that to work. Because I am not doing all that again. I have clawed my way through the mud for that one. Hello, Dan Bob. Welcome, welcome. We had to start over because of some strange technical issues with Steam, but we are climbing our way up this tower. It is once again time for me to start raising money for cancer research because of my bike race that I will be doing at the beginning of August. It's not a race. For my bike ride that I will be doing at the beginning of August. So I will be climbing up this tower until I raise that money. So I guess it works out that I had to start over, but it's very annoying. I think I'm just gonna have to uninstall and then reinstall the entire game. But I'm hoping to save my um really hoping to save my master's mod file because once I am done raising money, I am going to want to go back to that to encourage donations to Nick and his family. Once I am done with this, and I don't want to start over. Like I have those of you who have seen those streams, I have clawed my way up, um, kicking and screaming the whole time, and I don't want to claw my way all the way back to Seymour. Um, so we'll see what's going on with that. But what else did I get? I got Quake records. I do not need that. What's this again? A dressmaker. Okay. I'm gonna make a trainer and use my last fusion guide to fuse with it. It's true. We need to make that work. I am gonna go ballistic if we lose that file forever. I'm thinking because the file is stored in a separate place from the actual game, I'm thinking what I can do is I can just remove the save file, uninstall the game, and the mods and everything, reinstall all of it, and then kick the save files back where they're supposed to go. If I write down the file path, I should be able to remember how to do it. That's what I'm hoping I'll be able to do. I'm hoping that the save files did not get corrupted. I did run a Steam diagnostic and it said that none of them were corrupted, so that's not the problem, whatever it is. I do wonder if it's a version of the mod that makes the mod work that is outdated, and now it just makes the game crash. But we'll figure it out one step at a time. Oh, right, and then I was gonna fuse. And I actually think I'm gonna want to be ice proof on this floor because I think this is when the flans start spawning. So if I want to be ice proof, then I'm going to need you. Oh, but now I no longer have my what? What place is this then? No, because that's one of the things I need for that. I literally can't have both. Let's do this. Just so that I'm ice proof. Oh, but then I'm also gonna need thief, isn't that right? Let's do this because I don't really need magic yet. What would I have needed thief for? Oh, to steal. Duh. Let's go with this. Okay. Selling tips, cool. Lets you sell something in your inventory. So we're gonna do that. And it'll just put a pile of gil on the floor. For the value of that item, and I think plus 20% or something. So keep that for now until we run out of space. We've got plenty of space for right now. Because I basically don't have any of the things I like to have because I sold them to get a stronger trainer. I don't regret it, but it is strange. Let's get out of here. See how much stronger I am? I do not regret it, but the 5th floor is, or the 15th floor is the next time I'll be able to save, and that'll be a good stopping point. You know, I meant to stream for like 3 hours, but then I spent the first hour of it on technical problems. What can you do? Yeah, I don't need that. It's gonna D-level me. Yeah. Definitely need to... Wrong button. I definitely need to start defeating more enemies again. Oh, I'm so close. I'll do it on this floor. They all spawned in that huge room for no reason. Oops. Hmm? white mage on for like a second so that we can heal. A lot of the game is just this. It's juggling your dress spheres for what you need at any given time. What did I have there before? Trainer, of course. Spawned right on top of me. That was scary. There we go. There we go. There we are. Okay, floor 12. You can always tell if you're going to go to the shop because the music will change when you're on the loading screen. I don't think we're in flan spawning territory yet, but we're getting close. I want to say it's like 13 through 16 or something. There we are. Cheshire Cat? Hi, Han. Welcome in. I'm not entirely sure what I'm voting on, but... Oh, I thought that said trigger. No, I changed my vote to Tigger. Can't read. Sorry. I really thought that said trigger. I think I had the gunner in my mind. What was I doing? Oh, Berserker. I need to level it up. I'm ending up with a surprisingly strong Berserker, but I'm not going to question it. Like I said, every playthrough of this game is a little bit different. That's why I couldn't understand what we were voting on at first. I thought it said trigger. I was like, what do you mean trigger or Cheshire Cat? Like, trigger what? Like, why would you compare those things? I also hate the Cheshire Cat, for what it's worth. We are schmoovin' now. We are one-hit killing things. We're a machine. I don't need another one. I already have two. Alright, you know what? Let's see if our friend Kogoro wants to dig something up for us.
Here, boy. Good boy.
Fortunately, nothing was found. Yeah? Well, what if I go to another square, huh? Need to find something there. Maybe so. Is it copy techniques? way! It sure is! Okay, gamers, we're gonna hang on to that forever. So basically, once we start getting really high level with our dress spheres, we can use copy techniques to copy them and then fuse them together, and our power is gonna shoot through the roof, and this game is not gonna be hard, literally at all. Wow, I just spoke that into existence. Okay. On the Steam file, he dug up 2 of them, 2 different times, but this is a good sign for the PS5 file. It's a good omen. I'm gonna clip that later. Maybe post it to my Blue Sky to promote the streams. That was really funny. um. Alright, let's gain a level and get out of here, huh? I believe it's level 33 that you will definitely want to steal from the Founder, because for whatever reason, he is guaranteed on that floor. I'll double check my guide, but he's guaranteed on that floor to drop an item called the Triple Tiara. And that also basically eliminates all difficulty from this game, because it means Yuna will do up to 3 attacks in 1 turn. Obviously I say up to, because you can still one-hit kill things. But... Oh, I'm not Thunderproof anymore. Gotta be careful. You can still one-hit kill things, but if it doesn't kill, Yuna will just fire again, up to 3 times in 1 turn, which is huge, as you can imagine. Let's White Mage so we can heal that damage. Alright, let's gain a level and get out of here. We could bait trim it, though. We could. Not Thunderproof anymore. I gotta remember that. I don't know what combination it was that made me Thunderproof, but I do not have it anymore. We'll heal again towards the end of the floor. When I have more MP. Because I should have MP restore by moving. I'm gonna double check and make sure that I do have that on. I love the, like, crooked little level up message. I think it's cute. I don't. I traded it for Iceproof, that's right. That's what made me lightning proof. Okay. There, let's have that on for a second. Now when I get teleported to the shop, we'll have a lot of things to sell. If we don't make it to the shop before we run out of inventory space, that's also fine. We have things we can drop. I'm gonna bait Trema at this point, why not? I do wish there was something that made you gain experience faster, but there isn't. Nice. I'm also Thunderproof again with this combination, I think, so we should be good. Yep. Might go up another level again, which would be nice. Oops. Oops. Let's see. Come out, Trema. I know you're here. I know you're here. Seriously, where is he? I've been on this floor for ages. There we go. All right. All right, let's go back to the elevator room. Okay. Okay, with Star winning. Who advanced? Okay. Gotta be on our guard, gamers. We do have Thief on us. Okay. I can tell because the icon's in the corner. And open 15th floor just to look ahead. What am I gonna have to do? Yeah, on the next floor, the flan is gonna start spawning. Kill 5 enemies and drop 2 items. I can do that. Come here, coward. I'm not afraid of you. I think he's afraid of me. He better be. Am I running low on inventory space? Kind of. I did pick up a lot of items, so I hope I go to the shop on this floor. Or else I'm gonna have to start dropping them, which is always such a waste. Come on. There we go. Alright, what you got? What you got? I did not need that. That's useless. Wasn't even worth my time.
What am I looking at here?
Now, if you let him hit you a second time, he kicks you all the way to the bottom, and you lose all your items. So we don't want that to happen. That's why you stand on the elevator when you attack him. That's less than useless. What do we have here? Also useless. What do we have here? Not useless, but I don't really need it with my abilities. And finally, what do we have here? Again, don't need it. Oh, well, that was a bunch of nothing. We're about to level up anyway, which is great. Because, oh, we actually are going to have to start dropping things anyway if we don't go to the shop because it's protein gel time. Now, am I ice proof? I am. Okay. We're gonna have to start making space in our inventory. We're gonna drop. We're not gonna do it right in front. We're just gonna steal for now. Don't have thief. Nice catch. We'll do this for now. Still ice proof. I don't want to drop it right in the doorway. And now we're gonna steal from him. He might have a fusion guide. There we go. See, Blizzard does nothing. So I can just do this. It's gonna take a minute, which is why I also wish we had the speed up. But he can't do a damn thing to me. Okay. We're going to start dropping some of those accessories we were hoping to sell because the value of the fusion guide is a lot more. In fact, we can make some inventory space right now. We're gonna need samurai in the future. There are gonna be some enemies on higher floors that cast doom, and we're gonna want that. We're gonna need doom proof. Sometimes they're not carrying anything, but it is always worth a shot. I can't one-hit kill them, but they also can't do anything to me, so that's fine. I can two-hit kill them. See what you are. I really only need songsters to be ice-proof, so I'll actually put that down. As tempting as it is to use copy techniques to get a short-term power boost, I am going to wait until my trainer or Black Mage is significantly higher to do that. That's just a regular rock. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I did not think I'd one-hit kill it. Oops. Nice. See what's in here. I think my thief is high enough. I really want to start spending the fusion guide on like the dress spheres I want to power up at this point. Fusion guides are going to become rarer and rarer as we go up the tower. I know it feels like I'm getting them all the time right now, but they are going to become extremely rare commodities. Ah, I didn't want to do that. Eventually they'll run out of MP, but the long attack animation is very annoying. Oop, didn't have one that time. That's alright. We're gonna kill these gels and move on up. Uh-huh. I think they can do Blizzard 3 or 4 times at you before they run out of MP. It's always hard to tell where they are, so your map really helps. Can't do anything to me now. There we go. It can attack you from several squares away. That's right, I put it down. I need to be one square away from it to steal. There we go. There we go. In fact, I might put down one of my Dress Fusion 1s because I have Dress Fusion 2. Must have missed. Well, if I'm putting it down anyway, might as well use it on something. That's right. I'm going to show you all some pro gamer strats, though. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to pick this up. And then we're going to walk over this. It's going to say inventory full, but we can check what's underground and we can use it. Because once we leave this floor, it's gone forever. And if I was going to drop it anyway, I might as well use it. What about you, buddy? You got one for me? That's alright. We can leave. We're getting there, gamers. Almost to the save point. Damn, I was hoping the music would change and take me to the shop. I really need it. I mean, I can use it for this, then drop it. There we go. Don't need that. That just causes poison. The dressmaker. Okay. All right. And we've got all these fusion guides. Now we're going to have to be careful. We're going to just put something down to make this easier. We want either our trainer or our black mage to go up. So I'm actually going to do trainer twice, just because the passive stat boosts are so much better. Okay, now we've got trainer, and we got trainer again, and now we're going to fuse them all. Okay. Which means you have to take off trainer. Again, I don't... Well, I'm not wearing it right now anyway because of the abilities. I don't know why it makes you take it off to level it up. Why would it not just level up the one you have on? Like, clearly that's what you want to do. I mean, I know this was a game made in, like, 2004 or something, but I'm still annoyed. Okay, nice. That's why we wanted all those fusion guides. So we can make ourselves stronger. Has to have like a little. Has to have like a little spasm. Let's see. You got one for me? You do. Nice. Oh, the elevator was under him. I didn't even see it. You got one for me? Nope. That's alright. I don't really have the inventory space for that right now. So I'm going to go up, then we'll be on the 15th floor. And once we get through that, gamers, I think that'll be it for today. I'll stream again next week on the PS5, and in the meantime, I'll try to figure out what on earth happened to my Steam game. And I'm starting to get a little hungry. Oops. Good thing you missed. Boom. Again, we can use that to heal and then drop it. Parentheses next to each number, in case you haven't realized, is how many uses of that item that you get. So all the books have little parenthetical numbers next to them. Okay, now I just have to feed the requisite number of enemies, and then that'll be a wrap for today, gamers. This stream started off not so great, but it's always good to spend time with y'all. I don't need that right now. That spawned literally directly on top of me, and I didn't know that was a thing that could happen. Oh, and we've got Cactuars now, which is why we've got the Black Mage. So Cactuars won't attack you unless you attack them. The issue is, if they get the cast needles on you, you die, basically. The good news is, I can one-hit kill them with fire, which never misses. Fun fact, the character that you are also influences the spell that you cast. Nope, not this time. Nice. But the elevator's gotta be the other way. I haven't seen it. I think I'm wearing Berserker right now to be ice-proof, but I do want to make it stronger. This is shaping up to be a Berserker-heavy playthrough. It's just what the game's been giving us. I need the ice-proof for now, so the extra stats don't hurt. Let's keep going. Probably gain a level before I leave the floor, and we'll be done. Not foreseeing what these plans have, though. Not this time. And there might be items underneath them. They're so big on the map. Uh-oh. I mean, it's not going to do anything. It's just annoying. Not this time. Well, hopefully with the enemies remaining in this room, I'll go up a level. He's gotta sit here and let him think about his blizzard attack. Oh, that's Cactuar. Well. No? Come on. That's so close, I can't not do it. Boom. There we are. Nice. Well, before I leave, I'm going to heal myself. Don't have the MP to do that. I will do that next time. Put the sleep the way they are. Check elevator, save, and use. Alright, gamers, we had fun recreating the file. We still got a copy techniques, which I didn't expect. And I will figure out what on earth is going on with my Steam account for the Masters Mod streams later on. But until then, you will see me climbing up this tower next time, as I try to raise some money for a charity that's very dear to me. So thanks for coming. Signing off for now.